Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. So I'm back on the silage field, and this is the first time I'll be using the new coil that I bought the other day. I've used it on the potato field, which you saw in the last video, and I'm just going to see if it will pick up anything new from this spot that I have gone over time and time again with the standard coil. It's just picked up a target down here. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to show you the readings. Let's have a look. Now it's only showing 07, but before it was showing a 66. So I thought I'd try and dig this one, and let's see what we can find. So it's a rusty old piece of iron. So nothing spectacular. That's the first dig. Let's hope we find something better. So this one was a jumpy signal. It's one of those muzzle loading sports bullets or hunting bullets. This is the fourth one I found on this field, and practically in the same spot. So, well, that's a find at least. As you know, these supposedly are from around about the 1850s, but like I've mentioned before, I do question that because these are made out of copper brass type material, whereas around that period I would have thought they would have been lead. So, but anyway, our first decent find. Let's hope it's one of many. Okay guys, so this one's reading 76, but it's also dropping. So if I turn 90 degrees, which is supposed to do with the metal detector to see if it's all round the same numbers, it does drop to iron, but I thought I'd give it a go. Hopefully you can hear me from this distance. So I think it's still in the hole. Could be just slag. Let's have a go with the pinpointer. So it's actually quite close to the surface. There you go. Shotgun cartridge. So this one's reading the right figures for a coin, but I'm not so sure. We shall see. Hopefully the camera's not too close to the metal detector's going to pick it up whilst I... Okay, well it's saying that it's in the so it's saying it's in here somewhere. Okay, no, it's gone. It fell out, I think. Just another piece of rust. Of course I didn't film this one, and you can see another one of these sports bullets. So that's the fifth one off this field now. This one may be the most intact. It hasn't been flattened, or it hasn't been flattened very much. So that's two for today. And this is incredible, guys. This is the third one of these I've pulled out today, which is as many as I've pulled out of this field in the last however many visits. So perhaps there is something to this this coil over the standard coil. So that's 3, great. Let's see if we can find anything else. This one's giving a really nice reading. This is like the best I've had. So fingers crossed it is a coin, but as we have seen, quite often it's not. I'm trying to keep as little damage to the field as possible. I could have done a better job of that. Let's put the detector back over it. Okay, so it is, I think, saying it out, or I've just missed it. There we go, guys. More tat. One day. Okay, guys, so I've just pulled this up. Got it from out of the turf just down there, and I thought it was a bit of tat. Rolled it over, and again just thought it was tat, but there are markings on it just there, and one of them's an anchor. Now the anchor is the hallmark for Birmingham, so I'm wondering if this is actually silver. I will have to check very carefully and be careful with this item. That was a total shock. It was a jumpy signal. It didn't go any further down than 24. So I just thought, you know what, I'll dig this. Wow. So the update on this will be very interesting. Okay, guys, I'm supposed to have a coin in here or something, coin like. The detector said that it was out, but as you can hear, I haven't found it yet. Just bear with me. Let me get the detector again. Okay, nothing now. Let me just flick that back over. Yeah, so it must be towards the surface. So it's part way down, and you switch hands again. But the reading dropped to 08, so that's not a good sign. And we still can't find the bloody thing. Come on. Okay. Come on. I don't believe this. I am so rubbish at doing this. No, I've lost it again. There we go. So there you go. That's my coin. Something that looks nondescript. So one of the last holes. I haven't been finding much after finding that silver, but I can't grumble really, can I? I think this may be a watch winder. with a piece missing from it, and why you're going out of focus I have no idea. So yeah, I think it is. I may have to have that confirmed, but that's a nice little find. First watch finder I've ever found. Well, it may not look it on the video guys, but it's getting darker and darker, and so I haven't been taking much video. I was just on my way back to the car. I've got about 20 minutes left, and this coil has just found the smallest button I have ever found. That is fantastic. I'll have to try and date that, but it could always be a cufflink, of course. I've lost it once already. I had to get the detector out to find it again, but I think it is actually a button, like a jacket button or something. That is so cool. Okay guys, so on to the wrap up. Unfortunately I couldn't locate my bag of tat from this visit. I just wasn't able to identify which particular bag it was, so we'll just have to go straight into them interesting finds. So the first thing is this 0.17 cartridge, which has got the H on it, which is Holland I think is the company. So that's the first item. Next item are these 3 hunting bullets or sports bullets that people are telling me are from 1850. Now I mentioned that in the video that I'm a bit suspicious of that date. What I did was I've sent an email to Gunsmith here in Birmingham and asked him if he could help identify these. Unfortunately, so far he hasn't got back to me. I do wonder whether my email has gone into his spam. Alwood's Modelling Mayhem appearing on somebody's in somebody's email account might just go straight to spam. So what I may have to do is take these along to somebody to see if they can actually identify them for me. But again, as I mentioned in the video, this coil found these 3, which is the same number as I've found in the last 2 months in that field with the standard coil. So that was pretty cool. Next we have this old watch winder. I think it's been broken towards this end here, and it looks like it's been bent here as well. But that can date from Georgian all the way through to the early 1930s, I would have thought. So we can imagine a farmer in the field losing that. It's my first ever watch winder that I found, so that's pretty cool. They can be quite ornate. This is quite a simple design. So on to the star of the show, or one of the stars of the show. There isn't a second one to follow. I'd actually recorded this and was doing some editing, and some new information came to light, so I decided to redo this part of the video. So we've got the initials JS, SS, and then we got a hallmark of an anchor, a lion, and a lowercase h. So the anchor is the hallmark for Birmingham, which is what I mentioned on the video. The lion shows that it's silver, and the H refers to the year that this item was created. This item was created in 1907. So the JS and the SS stands for Joseph and Sigmund Susskind. They were based in London, apparently in 1907, which ties up with the date that the H refers to. However, I do wonder whether this item was actually manufactured by them in Birmingham at the same date. The reason I was able to find it, there's a website you can go on and it gives you hallmarks, and there is actually an item that was marked JS, SS, and it was a pipe mount. Now, initially I thought this might be off a walking stick, But if I show you what a pipe mount looks like, then you will see that this has got to be one of those. The way that the right hand side of this item curves inwards shows to me that it is similar to the image that I'm going to show you now. So that was quite fascinating. I may even send this information on to the people who, I don't know whether they caretake the hallmarks, just so that they can add this to the catalogue of items that actually showed the JS and SS hallmark on this. So that information came to me about 10 minutes ago, and I'm just amazed that I was able to identify not only the makers but also what this item is. I'm so chuffed about that, being able to bring the history of an item to you guys on the on the channel. Right, now let's go to the second interesting and star of the show item. So I was making my way back to the car, come across a signal, didn't film it because it was getting dark, dug it, found this bit of tat, but there was something about it that made me kind of think, you know what, I'm going to put that in my nice finds part of the bag. So I got home, give it a bit of a clean, and then I tested it. And the way you test for silver is you get some aluminium foil, you wet it with a bit of saliva, and then you fold it over the piece of metal that you want to test, and you press it against the metal. You press the foil against the metal, and what happens is, if it's silver, where you're pressing it, you'll start to feel heat. But the other thing is there will be a sulphur smell, like you've just farted, and that was what was happening with this piece of metal. So amazingly, I found a second piece of silver in the field, in a different location, as I say, on my way to the car. I can't see any hallmarks on it, and it is really odd that if I bring the other piece back in, it is really odd that we've got two pieces of random silver in the field. I have shown it to the farmer, John. He was intrigued, but he wasn't particularly bothered about having the pieces, so I've been allowed to keep them. So that's it, guys. Two pieces of silver. I'm over the moon with that, I really am, especially when I was able to identify the other one with the hallmarks. Anyway, I just want to say a huge thank you for watching. Thank you to the new subscribers who've joined the channel. I do appreciate it, and thank you guys for commenting. It's nice to have a bit of banter with you over these things. Anyway, look after yourselves, and I'll catch up with you soon.